Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. Hope you're well out there. Look, let's be honest, there ain't too much to talk about in SuperCoach. I normally take a few notes down in my live session. All I had was Jeremy Cameron. That was really all people were talking about. Do we bring in Jezza? Do we think he can continue on and get to the ton and dominate? For what it's worth, I think he's at a pretty good price, and Geelong's got a pretty good run. Yeah, look, he's an inconsistent type, so he can sometimes chuck in those 70s as well, but I feel like particularly against Essendon and Richmond, that's half of his games left of the year, he could absolutely dine out. And yeah, Geelong don't play too many tough teams on the run home, so yeah, he's definitely a good option. And for those playing along at home for the house war, it's over. Shorty has done it. Shorty and Caitlin have won. The house war has been surrendered by Jack. It was the finishing move that I didn't expect. It was just a casual drive-by on Wednesday night. He has I guess they have the main house, and his room is in like a bungalow type of thing in the back. Has its own power board. Just a small little thing tucked inside the garage door bit. I just thought I'd turn his power off. Didn't think much of it. Thought, it's a light prank, just something to frustrate, but he'll turn it straight back on. You got to lift it's an old garage, so you got to lift this shed door that doesn't get used. There's another access point, but that's where it's tucked away, this little power board, and I just flicked 2 switches off, bang, see you later. Anyway, you should have seen him. He's like, mate, what have you done? I can't turn it back on. Like, you've taken a power cord, and I'm thinking, what is going on here, mate? Just flick the switches, bro. And he's pleading with me, come on, mate. Right. I said, nah, mate, like, You've got our wombat. We've got a toy bloody garden gnome style wombat. They stole that, and I said, mate, I need that wombat back. And while we're at it, surrender, forfeit the war, my friend. Hand victory, and hand over victory he did. Game over. For those Breaking Bad fans out there, it's a bit of a Walter White. It's over. I won type of deal. So, did I just compare myself to Walter White? That's a bit dark, but crazy. Look, it's not to say it could spark up again. It could. But for now, technically only one of that party surrendered. Jordan technically didn't surrender, so it could be still on from his point of view. But anyway, we'll see how we go. I thought you guys would be interested in that one. We'll touch base with Marcus Bontempelli, who was my VC. Looked like he was absolutely dominating. So let's have a bit of a look, shall we? I feel like, what a ridiculous result. I mean, did not expect the Dogs to just put the Giants away like this. I know they were pretty undermanned, but this is very surprising. Wow, look at English go to work. Yeah, Bont, 147. Oh, that is juicy. And we'd still be, halfway through the last, are we? Yeah, about that. Wow, that's juicy as. That is juicy. It's nice to get the Bontempelli VC because I missed it last week. So that's nice. Looks like Whitfield's going okay and a bit of a tough loss. So as you can see, I've swung McCarthy to the back line. We've just put Sheaslin in the middle there. Going to, we'll take that. We'll take that score now, won't we? We may as well just do that now. So yeah, just swung a couple of things to put McCarthy to bench, Sicily on the field. Let's take a look at the teams. Look, if you're watching the video, I appreciate it. Look, I wish I had a little bit more for you. Feel free to chuck a comment below if you've got something a bit more specific, but I will get back to those comments from my review and this. I don't know. Will I get this one up tonight? I'll hopefully get it up tonight. I was half thinking, because I was playing pickleball tonight, so I was home a bit late. I went to the gym earlier, so it's been a busy night. So I'll see. Hopefully I can get this one up by tonight. But look, it's not going to be a long video. It's probably more beneficial I get it out tonight, and you guys can comment below, and I can get back to those comments tomorrow night. But yeah, Rory Laird managed might hurt a couple. Not many, I wouldn't have thought. Matty Flynn dropped is interesting. Yeah, just need my boy Tyrell Dewar to dodge the sub. Is he named on the bench? Where's he named? He's named on the bench. Just makes me nervous when guys are named on the bench. But Miller comes back, so that might affect. I didn't think he was meant to be back this soon, to be fair. Another debutant. I thought that was the Bombers, actually. Well, there is another. Wow, debutants everywhere for the Bombers. Unbelievable. Sado Julio omitted. Zach Johnson omitted. Jeez. I mean, yeah. Anyway, that might help with a loophole, but I feel like McCarthy's dropped off a little bit and Sicily's on fire, so I don't think it's even something that's loopable to be considered. Tommy Mitchell dropped. That's an interesting one. Jai Clark. That's a strange one. I don't think we'll be playing him. Bit of a strange one there. Yeah, gee, Charlie Curnow out. That's could be tough work for the Dockers over there. Hey, so yeah, look. In reality, I did a bit of a TikTok about my VC options. I was endorsing Bontempelli, but you know, if you've got Gawn and Grundy, I probably would have gone Gawn into Grundy. Jordan Dawson, something slightly different. I feel like Errol Goulden, if you've got him, he could be a guy that against the Dons could just absolutely cash in, score a 150. Nick Dacos, feel like Josh Dunkley will wear him pretty close. It's not to say that he couldn't still dominate, but just word of warning, he might cop some attention. But yeah, I think most of us will be playing in and around the rucks or Bontempelli, and he's produced tonight, so it should be a handy 160 plus, which we love, and we're off to a good start. So all the best if you're in some finals. I mean, I'm not in too many top 8 ones. I'll give you the tip, but if you're playing me, good luck. Probably help if I looked at game day, wouldn't it? Yeah, definitely fully focused on draft as well. And if you're coming up to, any draft finals or any sort of big matchups in your draft, like, feel free to chuck a comment about the draft too, because I'm heavily invested in my draft. Got the week off, into the grand final for next week, so super excited about that. Hopefully get the job done. We'll keep you updated on that. But yeah, going to keep this one pretty short, guys. Like I said, chuck your comment below if you'd like, and I'll try and get to it as soon as I can. Cheers.